How you doing, everybody? It's Virgil. It's Sunday, October 12th, 2008. Day before Columbus Day. A day that Native Americans aren't very thrilled with. A day that Italian Americans love. So anyway, what's going on this weekend? Well, it's actually a pretty big weekend, let me tell you. Today is my unofficial birthday. It was a year ago that Joe went up to the wheel stand competition up in Byron, and the fuel line disintegrated on his motorcycle, and he had to beg for a fuel line from a famous drag racer so he could get home. And the next weekend, I remember Michelle calling Joe at a bait meeting. Bait's pretty heavy duty. Well, they're a motorcycle organization. And Joe got a call from his daughter from his first meeting he's ever attended saying, "Can I have a kitty?" And that would have been a me. And to be honest with you, I can't tell you when I was exactly born, but it was sometime between now and 6 weeks ago. I don't even know my parents, so how can I tell you when I was born? I was found, I was dropped off, here I am, I'm a year old. I know, I'm a good-looking cat for my size. Also this weekend was Michelle's 18th birthday. How about that? 18 years old. Think about that, huh? I know Joe, when he was 18, he was actually living with his wife. Oh yeah, they weren't married, but they were living together. And I remember his 88-year-old grandmother, Aline Randall, survivor of the Depression, well-respected citizen of Sandwich, Illinois, saying, "Isn't that wonderful?" So I got some pictures I'm going to toss on here. Yeah, pretty good weekend. John came out. Going to toss some pictures on, and then I'll talk a little bit about them. How's that? Talk to you in a minute. So Saturday, Trevor, Michelle, and Joe and Karen went up to Chicago. Trevor and Michelle had tickets to Blue Man Group. Now originally they were supposed to ride up on the train and get picked up by Justina and taken over to the show and everything. Justina has mono. She came down with mono. And it's transmitted by fluids, whatever. They were sharing a water bottle, whatever. So you know John's going to end up with mono. But anyway, they didn't let that ruin their plans. Joe and Karen took them up and dropped them off at the Briar Street Theater, as you can see. And they saw the Blue Man Group. And I haven't seen the Blue Man Group from what I've seen on YouTube. If you want to check them out, they're awesome. Looks pretty cool. Looks like they had a good time. They, I know, had a very good time. Trevor, since they had good seats and since he was the right stature, they made him part of the show. I'm not exactly sure what they did. All Trevor could say is that they put a helmet on him, they put him into a box, and when they told him to, stick his head up, and all he saw was orange. Apparently they're beating the hell out of Jello on his head or something. I don't know. You'd have to watch YouTube, see what's going on. Not that I'm promoting YouTube. They cut me short. But anyway, that was very cool. And then Joe was up in the living room Saturday night. It's late. He swears he hears something in the garage, like the back garage door opening. It's Joe, being Joe. He's going to go out there and see what the hell's going on. Flips on the light. And it's John. John had come out from the city. He was trying to get his little CB 175 Honda through the regular people door, because he had shut it off and he didn't want to wake anybody up. Isn't that nice? So it was nice of him to come home. So Sunday then, John came out and he did some consulting work, and I know he's made some big bucks off of that for somebody over in Salmonac. Computer work. He did all right. And after that, watched the Bears game, which the Bears, this is my sports update for this week, they lost by 1 point with 1 second to go. They didn't kick it downfield. They squib kicked it. Guy didn't get out of bounds. They couldn't wrestle him out of bounds. And with 1 second to go, that Elam guy, 38-year-old guy, got a field goal. What are you going to do? You know, the Bears played an excellent game. I mean, they kind of slacked back the whole game. To be honest with you, I think the Bears are just kind of holding back. Because I think they're going to be playing these folks in the playoffs, and they don't want them to show what's going on. But anyway, I got some pictures of John. I got some pictures of John and Michelle with Grandma Skinner. We went over and saw Grandma Skinner over at Hillside. She's doing great. Rehab's going great. Her bionic knee is something else. And we went over and saw Joe and Sharon. They're staying at Joe's mom's house. Joe Chase, that is. I know that's been a whole thing. That's Sharon's wife. I got to get a picture of Sharon on here. I tell you what. 10 years ago, she looked just like that Palin chick. I swear to God, dead ringer. I know exactly what that Palin chick's going to look like if she ever lets her hair go gray. Sorry, sis. Anyway, it's been a good weekend. Beautiful weather. I hope you guys had a good weekend. And we'll talk to you next week. Be excellent to each other.